I asked you guys to come up with some custom bosses. There were 30 submissions. You might think 30 is not a lot, but if I were to give you guys a brief tease. So here's the first one. Yeah, so they're all pretty much about this length, if not more. Yeah, there's a let me give you guys just I guess I won't spoil you guys, but I'll just go through. Yeah, there's also one on a website as well, but yeah, there's quite a lot. All right, let's read. First of all, this is a very cute hag. Camellia, Old Timers Club, Syndicate, Old Timer, former T-Corp executive Montagu family, level 80, Old Timer Grit. Take minus reduced damage from burn, bleed, rupture, and sinking. Damn, sorry, burn, bleed, rupture, and sinking enthusiasts. Former executive instincts. All of this unit's skills prioritize staggered units. If the number of unopposed attack skills targeting this unit exceed the number of counter skills this unit has equipped, respond with Journey had it ending against the attacker 3 times. Okay, I guess it's a skill, we'll figure that out. This unit cannot be staggered due to tremor threshold raised by a tremor burst. Sorry, never mind, I take it back, tremor fans, you guys are not in it. Take a minus 50% damage from tremor. Alright, never mind, GG's tremor. When hit by a tremor burst, lower the stagger threshold raised on self by 50% and gain defense level up and offense. Yeah, do not fucking tremor burst this unit, bro. In the turn this unit is using a powerful skill, fix this unit speed to max. When a coin that spends a Gunbrella round or special round hits the target, when spinning a round, inflict bind and defense. When doing vibration, inflict 5 tremor and tremor burst. When spinning glass rounds, inflict rupture and rupture count. Degrading memory remembering. Clash start, inflict vague recollection against the attacker while using glory of the past, inflict more. 4. If the attacker is using an ego skill against this unit, the attacker loses vague recollection, does not gain this turn. Turn end, if the unit does not have bind, heal SP for every vague recollection. Okay. Stars. Everyone in this damn city knows of the old stories and fairy tales about them. Pray upon one and wish for your deepest desire to come true, and if you're lucky, you might be able to become another Hubert. Alright, so this is like T-Corp lore going on. Final power for Tremor Rupture. If you're faster, you gain Clash Power. If you have Tremor Severance, deal more damage. If you have a defensive skill, take less damage. Clash when you gain plus coin drop and lose SP. Lose 5 SP on lose, Clash Power down. Damage does not trigger stagger, does not trigger rupture. Tremor count, rupture count. Elegant, break, Jesus Christ, address me. We're gonna address that later. Tremor, rupture, oh Jesus. Tremor, rupture, rupture. Tremor, rupture, severance, tremor burst. Tremor, rupture. Journey had an ending. This skill is not a reuse after successfully evading. Upon successfully evading, all coins used decelerating retaliation. Oh, Jesus Christ. Heal SP. Inflict tremor rupture. Apply ego resource amp to the attacker next turn. Low morale. Take less damage from slowing units. And tremor burst. Gain offense up. Take 20% damage from slower units. We have time draining rounds 10. A makeshift round that has similar effects to time siphoning. We have Gunbrella Vibration, which is a makeshift round that causes localized quakes at the point of impact. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. 2 of those. On Tremor Burst, take gluttony damage equal to the sum of potency and rupture divided by 2 and lose 1. Okay, so it's Severance is just green. It's the green tremor. Yeah, I like the story. Very interesting, very epic. This is a Salvador upscale. Next boss, we have Kazuharu. Type a workshop. Trez Association. All right, we're going to be creating a whole ass new association. Let's have a look at this. Typhoon Workshop, Trez Association, Grade 1, fix it. Damn, Grade 1, Sianta La Aura. Yeah, first of all, I guess I should say very, very nice. I like the art. At encounter start, gain 30 Cloud Barrier, lose 2 Cloud Barrier on Clash, lose. If the skill being used was a defensive, lose 3 Cloud Barrier. Gain different effects based off Cloud Barrier. At 40, gain protection and defense. At 30, gain fragile. At minus 15, gain 2 fragile. Okay. Typhoon Workshop Bow Staff. Inflict tremor count to a random enemy at 20 poise, consume points, and more. Tremor poise boss fight. Okay, I like it. On hitting against enemies with decay, if there are 3 or more enemies without amplitude, trigger entanglement decay onto another enemy without decay. Okay, interesting. Low morale. On skill use, lose 1 poise, gain clash power up. On skill use, panic, deal 3% less damage for every turn. Max 15. Gain pack power and defensive power up. Gain poise count, heal SP. If you have tremor, coin power, gain defense power down. Inflict tremor. If this skill does not lose cloud barrier on clash, lose. Gain 5 poison unopposed. Deal more damage. Unbreakable Coin, inflict tremor, gain poise, inflict tremor, tremor burst. If this Zaga has 5 tremor count, or if this unit has 10 poise, gain attack weight. If you have inhale or exhale, gain additional. Lose, don't stagger. If this is the first time the skill has been used, this encounter gain Shin. Inflict 2 tremor count and amplitude convert on the main target. Gain final power, inflict more tremor count with enemies to have no tremor count and deal less damage. It cannot stagger. Tremor, bind, tremor, poise, tremor burst, and gain barrier. This is the modern day Limbus that we live in, alright? This is the modern day Limbus. Unbreakable, gain coin power. Hit all targets, trigger amplitude, reverb, count, and barrier. Gain coin power, gain inhale next turn and deal damage equal to poise. This is the opposite with exhale, and then you lose poise and poise count on lose. Okay, cool. I like that. Next one. It is Roblox. I see Roblox here. What is this? Minion and a main character. For this one, so you're allowed to have minions. I assume this is a lot of reading. Octavius Caesar. The dead king of Ravana. Yeah, I think this is a Roblox thing. Sea Curse, Bronze Legion. I don't know who these are. Sea Curse, Bronze Legion, Undead, and Royalty. Okay. I see Sea Curse, and that makes me think of One Piece. Is this like a One Piece Roblox game? Start the encounter with the created Curse user. Gain plus coin drop and bind. For 200 years I have waited, brought back to this world from beyond the grave, only be ripped apart by the same storms I wrought. Only now has this opportunity been granted to me. I shall retake the world and lay waste to all who oppose me in the name of the Bronze Legion. Lazarus, when HP reaches 0, lock HP to 1 for the turn, then purge all negative effects and heal full HP. Unopposed power up. Gain coin power on unopposed attacks. Remove a turn end. I mean, that sounds fucking H. That sounds kind of cool. When attacking a target with breaking pressure Apocalypse Bringer, deal bonus damage equal to 5% of them. Max HP! And inflict tremor! If that is so, I will reach beyond the storm, beyond the confines I have placed on myself, and I will rend through you until naught but dust remains before I become dust myself. 90% reduced damage, inflict 0 burn, gain paralyze. Dude, burn upscale so far. The target has 5/8 of burn, immediately trigger burn. At Lazarus, gain attack weight. This coin loses power against normal coin. Inflict tremor. A lot of tremor. We've had 3 tremors in a row so far. Is that a 40? Set skill slot speed to 20. Can clash regardless of skill. While the skill is assigned to a skill, all damage is changed to fatal. Out of focus value, attack weight 3. Clash power, more damage. Wait, deal minus 50% less damage. Deal 50% less damage to the Bronze Legion units. All right, guys, bring the Roblox IDs to this boss because that's how you fight it. If you have Lazarus, Clash Power, Tremor, Clash Power, deal more damage. If it's a Bronze Legion, deal less damage. The skill has 0 coin power and a Clash. 2 for every Aether Bird, 2 for every Lazarus, 2 for every Stagger. Reuse up to 2 times. At 0, reuse this an additional time. Trigger burn. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I ain't fighting all that, bro. I'ma just wait for my Kano 15 identities to come up. Next one. Who this? Rikie. Shi Association West. Section 1 Director. Even the West Shi got fucking nerfed, bro. Start with 70% of this unit's HP. Gain the following effects. Gain 30% of missing HP from a shield. Lose shield per turn. Skills deal more damage for every missing HP on self. Gain poise and poise count when at minus 45 SP. No. Please stay alive. Don't die me. I love you. I don't want you to go. Not now. Just stay with me blank. Boss? Yeah, just space out for a moment. Okay? It's nothing. Just remembered something. Shi Association West Branch Signature Firearm. Oh, yeah. A gun. Before we were supplied with ammo, our signature weapon was a Kusarigami. Even if it's outdated, we still keep it by our side. There are a lot of people in the city competent enough for a gun to be useless against them. Thus, the Kurosagami is still useful in dire situations. Take poise! Don't take my poise! The target of this skew is the defensive. Lose 10 poise and 5 poise count and cancel the attack. Target loses 10 poise and poise count. Activate bleed 5 times. And lose 5 bleed count. Oh, hell no. The gun, I do think it's definitely the gun. Gain poise, crack, bleed. Loses all bleed. Jesus, spend 10 ammo. Activate all bleed on targets and reduce all bleed count. Add up the total of bleed and sinking and gain remembrance by the total amount. Deal less damage. Inflict bleed, sinking, fragile, bleed, sinking. Deal less damage. Gain poise equal to the sum of sinking and bleed. When there is excess poise on self is fixed damage. Gain bleed, sinking, bleed count, final power. Deal less damage and stagger this unit. 100% less damage and lose 90% of this unit's HP. Okay, Jesus Christ. Add up the sum of sinking and bleed and bypasses all potency and count limitation. Jesus, to go even further beyond. Oh, that was cool. The one's art. Very nice. I do not know what I'm looking at here. I guess I'll have to read. Dreamer. Bad End Mirror World. Penazet Clan Leader. Vessel of Eden Snake. Blessed by the Rose of Apples Loved. Alright. All phases. Upon losing 50% HP. More HP gates than Sancho. God damn. On max HP on the next turn, slot in Perfected Execution on the left. And most skill slot on target the symbol with the least amount of HP. Sanity will not go below 0. If sinking is triggered while 0, take gloom damage. Gain Snake Eyes. Gain Snake Eyes. Defensive skills will not trigger for the duration of the encounter. Unplug it, sorry. Unbreakable coins will not stagger their target or trigger status effects when cracked for the duration of the encounter. Okay, I'm sorry. On Clash, lose or win, gain or 1 or 2 Snake Eyes, respectively. On reaching 15 Snake Eyes on the next turn, the leftmost skill will gain 99 Clash power. Respond to an unopposed skill using a skill available on the current phase, which has the most similar base roll. This does not trigger on phase 3. Reduce stack to 9-0. Okay, bro. We have FLRP. Deal 1% damage for every 9 stacks. Max 11. My beloved blank. My love whom I cannot forget. You remain by my side to this day. You the eternal target of my love. This love, my love for you, will be the strength for eternity. Gain protection for every 5 stacks, max 15, max 3. On phase 3, for each protection, reduce nightmare by 1. The original proof of my birth and the target of my father's twisted love. Now mine to control for the remainder of the existence of myself. Those eyes of mine which allow me to discern the intent of all who lie. Poise count. Poise. Can be redirected by any unit regardless of speed. Gain FLPR. I'm sorry, does that say kill the target? Alright, let's read the phase 2 passives. A Dante interaction. Dante will say through an announcer pop-up something along the lines of, this might end bad if we don't use our own ego. If you have Nightmare, Snake Eyes, Coin Power, gain Poise, unopposed deal more damage, inflict sinking, poise. Gain a 4th attack, give Coin Boost to all allies before entering phase 2, ignore the before use, give offense up. The slogan of this godforsaken family, I absolutely hate it. Yeah, it's been ingrained into my flesh and bones, beaten into me as I was trained by my teachers. And that thing I said as I killed the elders of the clan. For it was unironically the most fitting thing and only thing that could come out of my mouth as I killed them. Burn upscale, inflict 20 burn. Oh, hell no. 100% less damage, inflict sinking. If this is a unbreakable, not lose coin power, bleed, inflict bleed, trigger bleed. Unbreakable, do more damage, unopposed, unbreakable, lose power, tremor burst. Clash win, erase thine obstacles and win. Clash lose, falter and lose your hold on reality, thus surrendering your beloved. On hit, kill all targets. On hit, cracked, main target survives on 1 HP. My ego, empowered by our bow, will never falter against the ego of my opponent, for one individual cannot surpass one's own will and the power of the bow on their own. All shall fall before it, and once I perfect this, you shall return to my side, and the history of the family shall not be, will not be, and has not been. Alongside the shape of the relics of the relics of Eden, love will not exist into any shape other than the love on and of itself in its purest form. It shall not take any other shape or grant energy, power, or anything besides that. That being happiness and caring for another. For love should not and will not be tainted by anything such as ourselves wills. And because of that, the bow will grant it. What kind of OC trauma are you giving your character, bro? Okay, what is this? Sibel Shaper. Fixer, grade 2 relic holder. Another tremor upscale, dude. Hey, guys, tremor up. Is that Gleipnir? When this unit triggers Tremor Burst with skills, Tremor on chance to trigger Tremor Burst again. Oh, God. When this user is affected by Tremor Burst, inflict Tremor to all enemies, equal to Tremor. If 10 or more inflicted, deal blunt damage, inflict Tremor. Guys, Tremor! When this unit uses a skill, inflict Tremor, count to all units. When the unit has Unbound, inflict Tremor potency. When the unit hits a target, all enemies have their stagger threshold raised by 2. If you have Unbound, this is increased by 5. When the unit staggers or kills a unit, trigger Tremor Burst on all enemies. If the unit has Unbound, trigger the effect when using Earthquake as well. Okay. A hand-to-hand combat style made to cause opponents to lose their footing with every slight shift of the weight. The specific user adapted the style to introduce longer range attacks into the form of Gleipnir's chains being used as makeshift whips. Unsurprisingly, most users of the technique amplify it by purchasing a G-Corp gravity sphere. Though this user has decided against it, in it for her own words. I don't need that crutch. Old Glepnir does the trick just fine. If this user wasn't so stubborn, she might have already been promoted to grade 1. Glepnir. Offense level increases with the highest offense. Attack skills -4, deal less damage, convert to unbreakable. Base power for every 6. If this unit has unbound, trigger tremor burst on itself and reduce. Inflict tremor, bind, tremor burst. This is all you got? Ah! You know, I think the boss pushes herself too hard sometimes. I understand what you mean, but it's not like she listens to us when we tell her to slow down. Yeah, it's almost like she's running from something. No, I think it's just because that Atelier dropped her as their #1 a bit ago. Maybe, maybe not. Take reduced damage from Rupture, Bleed, and Sinking. Take reduced damage from Tremor and Burn. Lower stack out threshold by Tremor by 25. When you starts at -SP, consume Tremor to gain Clash. When this unit loses a Clash and is about to be hit by an attack, Seville Shaper has Assist Defense, then activate Seville Shaper's Assist Defense. How could the Atelier drop our boss for that random grade 1? This is how the world works, newbie. Sometimes someone's bigger than the boss came along and took what they could. And also, newbie, that wasn't the same random grade 1. That was someone who was in the top 5 freelance fixers for the past year in Fixer Monthly. So many Atelier and workshops would actively kill to sponsor someone like that. Same for the revenue from the fans, while others because they aren't tied to one of the big agency's offices. Man, this just all seems so stupid. Tremor. If target has Quake Down, burst. If the target has different type of Tremor, Clash Power 2, Steadfast Mentality. When winning a clash against the target, do the following based on the Tremor they have. Decay, inflict 2 offense down. Fracture, if target doesn't have a stagger threshold, generate 1. Reverb, inflict and gain Tremor. Chain, inflict defense level down. Quake Down, 2 random enemies gain Tremor and Tremor count. Okay, well that's cool. I kind of like that. Okay. I kind of fuck with. I really like the relic concept in this one. What is this? Oh, hello. Pretend this is a custom Honglu. Oh, okay. Hold on. I see some unique stuff here. What is this? These look very cute. This is a very cute Ishmael. Krizelgard Sniper, servant to Etherion. Krizelgard, citizen of New Kurza. 20, gain protection next turn. Lose this skill slot next turn. Fragile. Skyward Spear, 20. If this target is using a defensive, this deals 0 damage. Gain Fragile next turn. Only the first coin will give 6 point power. The rest will only give 3. Oh, okay. Target the enemy with the slowest speed. Target fix. If this unit is faster than target, going coin power, this base power, and 2 coin power for every clash lose. Inflict Pierce. Rupture. Gain haste. Scion of Etherion. This unit is unable to be damaged by any means unless staggered by the 9-fold ritual when winning a clash against Whip. And then we're covering from stagger, gain an attack pattern. If all 3 bone receptacles have a Kirsten bone, stagger this unit. Max attack 1. This unit gains 3 clash power down and 2 bind. When attacking an enemy, bone receptacle remove this effect and inflict onto enemy. Prioritize unit loss HP. If this unit is faster than the target, gain coin power. If you have bone, remove it. This does 0 damage, inflict blind. During this turn, before this unit uses skill equipped for every Gale Core the enemy has, this skill loses 5 power and base. Remove the above effect if it's present. Gain haste. Excision coin. Hit with that click, inflict 6 sinking count and 3 paralyze next turn. Reuse this coin 4 times. Inflict 5 potency and heal 100% of damage dealt. If a sinner hits the object while having the bone, make the object untargetable, visually represented with a bone sticking out. This unit cannot go below 1. This unit gains 3 and 2. When attacking enemy, bone receptacle, remove this effect. Inflict it on the enemy. I mean, I like the presentation. It's very nice. What in the hell is this? Forgotten memory boxes. Teth 8. Oh, this is kind of made by LD Bulb. Passive, fortified boxes. Turn, start, gain 10 protection and gain 1 less for each. Huh? Take 100% reduced damage from keywords. Take plus 20% damage from keywords for each When clashing against a skill with a different rank, gain clash power, base power, and coin power. The first time an enemy uses an ego, deal 10% damage of the enemy's max HP and flat SP to them and heal the same amount as the core. Every part lost a clash against the same rank of a skill using this turn, gain 1 This looks like a more fun version of Pinocchio. Memory of the present. The skill can clash with rank 1 skills regardless of their speed, gain stolen skill effects and coins that are affected by the lost memory. Affected cities will be listed below. If the target has lost memories of the present, use rank 1, clash power -99. You can clash with rank 3. These are affected by core memories. If you have core lost memories and used a rank 3, you get -99. Attack weight 2. If you have core memories, do not trigger sinking rupture and do not lose memories. Clashable Guard. Target loses all negative effects on it and takes 3 SP damage for every 2 negative effects removed. Prioritize the enemy with no lost memories of the present. The skill does not trigger defensive if the target of the skill used a rank 1. Use this skill before any other action will take place. But this looks like something I would find. Okay, what is this? They're like some sort of fucked up fusion of like an N-Corp dude and then like a... Oh, what are these? So this is a Eurodivi Taboo Hunter. Sort of G-Corp. This unit starts the encounter with 30 SP. If this SP were to fall below 15, negate the damage and gain offense down. If this unit were to stagger with Tremor Burst or kill, gain SP and heal other allies. Do 5% more damage for every SP. If the enemy has 5 G-Corp nails, use a special skill. The Eurodivi prophetess, the mouthpiece of their saint, she stands here to proclaim her word even now. There remains no doubt in her heart about what will occur. Chosen from her faith, she became favored and joined N-Corp and was shaped into this volatile replica. Kamui arbiters and core. Bleed Poise, inflict G-Corp nail. I should probably read what the status effect is. Old G-Corp singularity allows for the condensation of bug pheromones into a spear, or more so a wedge, that functions to nail anyone down. Keep this in mind. Base power, poise, -% damage, nails, tremor hemorrhage. 4 blue coins. The first we have G nails, so 10 stacks, gain bleed and rupture count. Hell no, it's rupture potency. Gain aggro for stack and take more damage for every aggro. If you have 5 stacks, gain bind. More so a wedge of solid pheromones manifested directly from the old G-Corp singularity. Inflict more nails with nails, deal more damage for every nails and G-Corp nails, gain final power, and if you have unbreakables, gain base power. Manic, lost in his own belief, a maniac. Now we have Sawal. Damage, rupture, bleed, nail, rupture, bleed, nail. I am merely a soldier, someone who follows orders. Coin power, replica, damage, rupture, bleed count. Nails, bleed, discard. This unit has 3 fanatic, gain heretic instead, and 5 coin power, inflict rupture, paralyze. Volatile, disgusting. The way they condense the singularities is not fully liquid nor solid. They could have done it in a way which doesn't hurt me. On base, reuse consume all fanatic, inflict 10 rupture, oh god, 5 rupture count, 5 bleed, and paralyze. Oh, open the door and let us fare the way to victory. Rupture, stay down, just let me have this moment. Strange, isn't it? We all end up following one path, even if it isn't set for us. The way we execute our own movements, maybe it's all something under another's control. But has that stopped me from moving? It hasn't stopped me from feeling. Not bad, interesting concepts. What the fuck is this? Also, more Roblox? I don't understand this. Also, Jesus Christ, people. This is the harbinger of a new age. Gilvos. At the beginning of phase 2, gain Shin. Gilvos. Gain 10 solar force. This unit gains permanent buffs throughout the encounter with an emotion level. Emotion level. At 70-40, gain new pattern, take less damage from keywords. At the beginning of phase 2, change the battle music. At the beginning of phase 3, change the battle music for the rest of the encounter. If this unit has Shin, multiply the amount of fixed damage caused by wildfire by 1.5, and every 2 turns the target is hit, reduce the count by 1. Additionally, after 2 turns and after the second turn, reduce the count by 1. When the status applied to the target, when hitting the target with the attack, they take fixed damage by the effect's potency, reduced by count. Reduced when using skills, gain final power, slash, pierce, gain solar force. This unit's attacks deal the sum of wildfire potency and count more damage, take less damage from unopposed attacks and unbreakable coins. In a clash, no matter if this unit's coin wins or loses, there is a 10% chance to steal the Sinner's coin and add it to this unit's skill. 3 random Sinners gain paralyzed, while the rest gain fragile, gain attack power and defense bound. Number of Sinners with the most amount of effects are Heatwave. Tank 150 damage inflicted by this unit for 1 turn. Each kill counts as a hit. Half the Sinners in the battlefield have their skill reset to 1s. Oh god. If a Sinner failed to meet the requirement, use a WoW ego skill and an overclocked ego. Nothing there. Oh, nothing there. Abnormality. Lose base offensive level -25, base defensive level 25. Take 20 fixed damage and increase all attack type resistances by 0.03 every time this unit loses imitation. Take 80% reduced damage from burn, bleed, tremor, rupture, and sinking, and -50% less stagger threshold raised by tremor. Turn end at 75% minus HP, move on to the next phase. After 2 turns of this part of the passive activating, all attack type resistances are decreased by 0.06 for the rest of the encounter. Move on to the next phase and gain imitation at turn end. At turn start, using goodbye, the previous turn, set imitation to 8. Alright, what is this imitation? Imitation, max stacks 20. 10% damage per stack! Turn end, take SP damage equal to the stack. Turn end, if at max stack, you take 5 multiplied by H SP and SP damage, then lose stacks, lose turn stack. God damn. Flash lose, deal minus 30% final power, and cannot stagger. Inflict terror. Inflict bind and attack power. Okay, I mean, so far not that bad. Gain 3 clash power for every terror on the target. Whew, fucking hell. Inflict 3 terror on all enemies next turn. Kill target, copy the resistances and skills of the target next turn. Yikers, bro. Okay. Flashable guard. Gain 2 base power for every terror. I want to say tremor, but it's terror. Heal 2 percentage max HP. Can clash with this skill regardless of speed. Gain base power equal to imitation on self. You'll reduce damage and cannot stagger. 90% damage. I'm sorry. Copy the skill that this unit hit. Gain imitation. If it's not used, lose imitation. And that's the fight. You know what? I like it, dude. Is this an Otis? Invidae Otis! Deal 25% more damage. Starts the battle with 3 skill slots. Min-max B +2. Base health 400%. And Pekka participating in this battle randomly gain 3 ego gift tier 3. And below relevant to the statuses they apply or gain. This skill will prioritize enemies with unique positive status effects. Coffin and load. This is a Wild Hunt downscale, bro. Do not bring Wild Hunt to this fight. Dude, wait, Pekka and Dante does sound fire, because that would mean that they would be having they could get, like, revived or something. That would... Oh, shit. Okay. We have a Library of Verona fight. Alright. Damage from skills that consume ammo. At the encounter start, gain Satiated Appetite. This effect cannot be removed by skills. On hit if the target has... overfeeding. On hit if the target has plus bleed, inflict bind, and heal damage dealt. At below 7, inflict count. Deal minus damage toward blood fiend or blood bags. Decrease stacks at 1 turn end. Excess stacks below 5 are converted to bleed count. Final power for every negative effect. Inflict bleed when applying potency. Bleed burn. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, because Vermilion crosses burner. Point power for every blood feast consumed. Base power for bleed. Deal more damage on clash win. Evade. Gain assist defense. Gain protection. Inflict bleed count. Deal more damage for every bleed. 250. Shoosh. Painted Cross. Upon being hit with circulation, Vermilion Cross will inflict bleed or bleed count randomly when destroying a coin. Cross Blade. If target has negative effects, base power, he gains Tremor. He's self-Tremor. And Tremor count, Tremor burst. Reuse this coin if below minus 30 SP. 120 damage against stagger targets. Yep. Trigger Tremor burst and then inflict concussion. Oh, okay. He doesn't reuse. Thank God he doesn't reuse. Actually, this one, I think, reuses. At 30 Tremor, assist defense shall be switched to Obstruct Purge. Gain assist defense, gain tremor protection, receive sloth damage equal to tremor on self. Okay, good news. He doesn't reuse the rampage skill, which is the scariest part. He just one-shots you. Okay, well that's the Elena and the Vermilion Cross. Pretty accurate to how the fight works. I mean, it is a Library of Verona fight, so that is pretty accurate. Mistress of the Headless Manor. Okay. Another butler? Dude, is this a second butler? Oh, we have another when hitting heads against human enemies, deal more damage. Doesn't work against anything that is inhuman, such as mechanical amalgamations, corrosions, blood fiends, or undeads, etc. Combat staff. For every headless servant on the field, heal SP on self. If it max SP, apply Clash Power Up and Envy Up on all allies on the field. Something everyone is. Not only that because of how my life in the city was, but also because of how I was threatened. I was a mere monster to them, so I had no choice but to move into the outskirts and raise my own mansion away from a human being. Turn end, if this unit is in the panic state, reset SP to 0, gain Wrath, and Clash Up. Intruded Mark. She'd be beaten by Vigilius. Alright, Vigilius and Vesper upscale. Inflict Sinking, inflict Intruder Marked, Unbreakable. If this coin is broken, it deals no damage. Doesn't trigger the effect. Gain coin power, gain base power, deal less damage, it cannot stagger. Gain attack weight and repeat this coin for every enemy on the field. Ooh! Without increasing its max power. God damn! Max 4 attack weight. If it's in low sanity, deal more damage and convert this deals more damage for every reused coin. If they die, deal more damage instead. Deal less damage if you win it. Gain attack weight and repeat. There is no limit to the gained attack weight. Oh, Mannequin Lifeless Body, take less damage from bleed. Do not provide any heal on hit effects upon taking damage. All headless servants use random skills. There's no attack pattern. The only exception is the way to prioritize defensives. All the servants use defenses during their turn while Anna's ult. Other main servant, poise, poise, intruder, and more poise. It was very nice. I like it. I like the head-on, head-off thing. Frost of Helheim. The Fire of Muspelheim. Is this Nordic? Leviathan, Leviathan. Deal 80% more damage to units with Frozen. Oh, don't tell me it's the same Frozen mechanic that the fucking knight gets, bro. Despite when he would leave, Leviathan and Leviathan are not a relic pair. Although Leviathan is part of a pair with its counterpart, the Arm of Kratos, belonging to the Thumb. The Arm of Kratos! John fucking Kratos himself? A Sigil of Triumph Helheim. Frozen no longer immobilizes unit. Instead, this Frozen unit will have their speed fixed to 1. Oh, I see. So it's like it might be a state that they transform into. 2 coin unbreakable. Gain base power equal to the main target's cold. The skill deals less damage against units who have cold. Inflict cold, inflict cold. Recall the Leviathan Axe. Target fixed or clashable. This skill always happens first, regardless of speed. If the slowest target by an attack clash against the target using the Bite of Frozen Steel, remove the embedded Leviathan from the target. Return. Oh, I just realized that there's the little axe and the Leviathan. I just noticed it now. Unmyong. Unmyong, the saffron in between. Hey, this is a fire name. The promised light of tomorrow and the fated darkness that follows. The balance found in the center of 2 extremes. Is this Sora? From Kingdom Hearts? The relic they wield, Hemera, is quite a troublesome weapon to use. No matter how much they try to regain the aptitude to wield such tool, it has been denied countless times. The other weapon they use channels a fragment of what they could be, a sword made of steel resembling an opaque glass. The child used to fear the certain, not surprisingly, the emotion that caused them to flee constantly, was buried in a long ago past. Having grown in acceptance towards what is to come, the fear now has resurfaced, forced to become a puppet stringed by fate. Sinners with high speed cannot redirect this unit's skills. Next turn after effect gain Shin! For every turn gain defense level down and offense down. On Clash Win against targets with Night Wither, you clear a random clearable buff on the target. On every Clash Win against Daybroken, clear a random clearable debuff on self. Being chased down by the Index, the child tried to run as far as they could, only for their memory to be ever so clear for years to follow, not knowing their fate was stamped into this very moment. Defensive skills lose power equal to stack, healing sources heal also less. And then we have the address me in the room. I'm sorry, how many coins is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we have a 9 coin. Why isn't there a third Furioso? And then ... The skill deals less damage, take damage, take damage, take damage. Oh, it's this guy! I love this guy. Who the hell does this git think he is? Walking up all fancy dandy and starting to brawl with a dozen of blokes at once. Take 0 damage from all statuses. If the unit is currently fatal to Sin that has a related status, this unit will be fatal to Sloth on turn 3, 10, 17, and 24. Holy fuck! 15 for every tier 3 and 45 for every tier 4 and WoW, and 150 for every tier 5 and Aleph. Everyone gets hit once, pretty much. Tarnished Glory. Gain buffs depending on the value. It's not effective on Mountain Trials, true. Embedded Arrow Parathesia. This unit's bleed count cannot fall below 1 while it has this effect. This is a She-Faust upscale. Convert coins into Unbreakables. Inflict bleed, inflict paralyze. Deal 0 damage. Okay, fine, I'll address it. Jesus Christ. Clash lose. Next turn, all of this units become weak. This skill deals minus 85 damage and cannot stagger. And oh my god. Inflict 3 bleed, 3 count, 3 bleed, 3 count, 3 bleed, 3 count, 3 bleed, 3 count. Yeah, we might be cooked. What is this, man? On encounter start, gain Shin Aura. Potency 10 and 5. At 9 potency, defensive skills +2. Deal and take less damage, lose count. Alcohol. Why is alcohol unique charge? This coin deals no damage. This skill loses 25% clash power. The skill is clash with someone, consume alcohol, end turn. Inflict smoke. Jesus Christ, how many coins does this mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is probably the most comedic one of the. Okay, we got the Maggot Prince. After the smoke walls ended, I was left rotting, scumming the hatred I felt toward them. If this unit has burn, bleed, tremor, rupture, or sinking, reduce the potency, then lose the same value of shield. Okay, this is like G-Corp. This is like Gregor, by the way. If this unit loses all shield, gain the following effects: clash power, Gain shield equal again. I am no longer driven by morality and having a quiet life, since they have deprived me of it altogether. She, he, all of the wings shall fall as I will fulfill my purpose forevermore. Tremor veracity. On tremor burst, take gluttony damage equal to the sum of tremor and rupture. And lose rupture count. 100%, 100%, 200% damage. Final power 2. Maggots, rupture, veracity, tremor, rupture count, tremor burst, more potency, deal 100% damage. God damn. Gregor can clash with this skill regardless of speed. On unopposed attack, clash power 1 and deal more damage. I'm just gonna let bro do with it. A snail! The Pecatulum Amalga Nihilism. Oh, Railway 6! Oh shit. When the body shield is depleted, activate the following effects. All parts become staggered at turn start. Futility on all units is halved. Spiraling shell on the body expires. When recovering from stagger, the body has 0 shell, it gains 8 shell. When any part is hit while the body is shielded, inflict tremor or sinking. Acceptance. When this unit is defeated, activate the following effects at next turn start. All enemies with plus coin skills heal 45 SP and gain SP efficiency. All enemies with minus coins lose 45 and gain 3 paralyzed. Does not reduce SP below 40. Futility on all units expire. Tremor and sinking on all enemies is halved. On clash, win, lose a stack for every clash. On non-clash, lose, gain a stack. Deal more damage, inflict tremor for every shell. Tremor count. Can offset this skill regardless of speed. For the rest of this turn, when hit by attacks, including ego, it inflicts futility. Gain protection and damage down for the rest of this turn. Target has 20 futility, buff, inflicts futility. I like this. It's literally an amalgamation of all of the, I like that it's a snail. Oh, fuck! Slash pierce resistances by 001 corresponding to attack. Target's resistance increased. Sin diffraction at 10 wrath plus sin or pride ego resources all above are converted into envy. Ah, fuck. Fucking, I paid for my Gullah identity and this bitch is just gonna send her ass away! Violet Blade, Poise, Displacement, Discard, Poise, Bleed, Displacement. Blinding Stance, min-max speed, raise stagger threshold by 100% of the damage dealt. Guarding Stance. Alright, surely Guarding Stance can't be that bad. Okay, never mind. It's 0.25 resistance. You know what? That's a pretty accurate reconversion of the Yori fight. We got another G-Corp upscale. Oh, this is the... For every Hyper Maggot and Pet Roach in Rupture, Acid, Corrosion. Inflict Rupture, Bleed, Inflict Roach. At 0 SP, 50% chance to reuse this coin, 5% more for every 10 SP. But I gotta admit, the sprites, they're very good. The sprites are very pretty. Acid Spit, Inflict Rupture, Acid Corrosion. Focus Attack is Rupture and Acid Corrosion. Hyper Rupture, Tremor Rupture. Jesus, so much Tremor Rupture, god. Offense down, damage down, SP, Gluttony. Very cool. Can I just say, I like all the, ever since we got the Roach Emperor dude, we've had like 5 G-Corp stuff, which is pretty cool. I don't mind that. Rashamiel? Use or on clash start. If the target is below 0, restore SP. If target uses defensive skill, deal less damage. Vampiric Greatsword. What the fuck? On hit, this unit heals HP equal to 10 of Vitae of the damage dealt. Any excess of healing. It's a Blood Fiend. On burst, take burn on self bonus wrath, then lose bleed. Defensive skill for every 4. You can channel the pain of your injuries into a boiling range that lets you lash out at your enemies with renewed vigor and power. Prioritize. If target has grappled, deal 500% more damage. If they have grappled, gain Vitae. 6 bleed, base power Vitae. You know what? Also make it so that he deals 100% more damage against women. What in the fuck? The most bitter shame is unaffected by sanity, taking the damage when anything that would reduce sanity is applied. The shame will always active to sanity is at 30 SP. Deal extra damage for bleed and fragile and attack power up on kill. Apply bleed and bleed count. Are you afraid of repair? Deal sloth damage instead of lust. Deal 100% damage to self. Gain protection or fragile. I'm sure if I understood the reference. I mentioned it before, but everything that you guys submit, the quality of your guys' work have been insane. Good job, everyone. Next one. Spider Bud. Inflict bind and bleed. Inflict blind when attacking an enemy that's slow. Inflict cocooned. The Mother. Gain 10 protection. Yeah, lose 1 for every child killed. Every 5 children killed, it will use a A 1 skill slot food for children instead of a... Cool. Very short, very simple. It is literally the Library of Ruina vibe, but you know what? I was gonna say, speaking of Library of Ruina, first turn, inflict, gain offense up, chance of the Pagodas. On hit, with every target's death rise triggered, heal SP for every stack. Turn end, use Lonesome Stand, Damnation to a lower realm. Temptation, Rupture, Craving. Wait, this is literally Lord of Hong 1 skill. Wait! Combat at 1, at 7 or less Craving, at 8 or lower. A monk is standing silent with beads. Why did you step into this place? Greed! If you're slower than the target, deal less damage, inflict bleed count, inflict burn count, and heal. What is this? The Grease Golden Age of Adventure. Do this unit's otherworldly presence when taking damage from effects that trigger statuses, Deluge. Reduce the damage by 50. Crowbone takes damage if there is a crow on the field. Crowbone the crows take damage up to a number of instead. When a crow dies, Crowbone gains Fragile. I would fly through the free air as I set my sight upon that cat-eared girl, waiting for the moment to strike upon her and her sister. Ooh. Otherworldly energy, poise, rupture, poise, otherworldly energy, rupture. Metabolic hunger, take multiple damage from burn. When hit by a blunt skill, gain burn. For every hit, burns gain burn count. Prioritize units with the most HP, prioritize Sinners and Mary, inflict bruise. Deal bonus gluttony damage and gain meat and flesh. If the target is crow, deal more and get more. Potency, if no meat was consumed, redirect one of the attacks to the crows. If this unit dies, it ends encounter as fate lost. That's like Shin. Min-max speed, fragile, offense, attack power up. Inflict more bleed, rupture, inflict fragility. Target wrath counts as 2, ignore skill slot. Point power 10. Base power 10, 250 damage. Oh my god. But that's cool. What is this? Whenever this unit inflicts 70 cumulative burn and bleed, gain Shin Mortem. My goat isn't washed, and then I got shot 69 times. Okay, interesting. I don't know where this is from. Whenever this unit takes fatal damage while it's in Mayhem, fix its HP to 1 and heal 100% and transform into Star Glitch of Violence for the whole encounter. Gain Fragile and Haste and Chasing Fury. We have Hateful Impact, Burn, Malice, Damage, Burn, Malice. Chasing Fury and Self if you have more coin power. Power, Bleed, Burn, Bleed, Burn, Haste, Burn, Bleed, and Wings of Mayhem. Very edgy. They got very edgy quotes. War God of Ishigo. She was born desired, but lived without being desired and died without desiring too. A 500 fixed to 500 cannot be reduced. When HP is reduced to 40, lose all the sword and gain the Shirunai Bushomenton Blade Sealed. Ishigo God of War, 500. Gain Poise, potency for every stack. Unit cannot crit when hitting an enemy with a crack coin. I have the Blessing of Bishminton. Cut down everything inside. Cut. Poise, attack power down. Inflict Fragile, reuse. Unbreakable. 1, 2, 3, the rest I'm omitting. If the main target used an ego, restore the latermost coin. God of War stacks. On here with that crit, inflict burn until demonstrational damage. Huh? The Sword Embargo's longsword sounds lame. If Kenshin's going to wield it, it needs to have a cooler name. So that's what I came up with, right? Cool Shiranui? I like the address me coin. You know what? Shariakrust, Maestro of the Ring, errorless. Completed Feast. Encounter begins with 200 Blood Feast. At 10 imitated hard blood, inflicts splatter blood on the final coin of base attacks. Unique Bleed. For every coin, toss this skill, take bleed damage. Gain defense power down. Convert bleed into the status like a bleed conditional. The hard blood arts he once displayed could be imitated, yet the immense power it holds is non-negotiable. Holy shit, Dad Quixote upscale? Eerily splatter blood obscure. Consume hard blood to inflict more obscure. Ascendant Ares splatter blood arts. Clear obscure. Oh my god, they've got dialogue and everything. Oh, and we can see all the unique statuses down here. Marian, Office Director Pagat. The current wind is east, south, west, north. Changes every turn. 36 tiles of each suit. Bamboo, character, and coins have different ranks, 4 of each rank. If this is the last of the directions win, instead apply the relic activation authorized. Before attacks, if this unit has a 30% chance to flip heads, it has a fixed 30% to flip heads. Spend ammo, apply burn, activate burn on all enemies. The Red Dragon Breath. Repeated strikes pierce through the target, sealing the wound shut. Here are all the officers, but these guys aren't that strong though, so we're not really stressed about that. And then we have the last one, which is the North. That was pretty good, guys. Not gonna lie to you. Very happy with the quality of submissions.